moneymakers.
Civilian helps cop arrest suspect while girlfriend films. Footage captured by two people from the inside of a car shows a cop struggling to arrest a man in Cincinnati, Ohio last Thursday. The same day, Officer Ray Tensing was charged with the murder of Sam Dubose. Struggling to handcuff the suspect, the cop yells out to bystanders for help. The man filming, identified as Edward Williams, doesn't hesitate and exits his vehicle, handing his ex-girlfriend the camera. Williams picks up the handcuffs and gives them to the officer, who appears to have his suspect in a chokehold. The suspect repeatedly says that he didn't try to go for the officer's gun and pleads for his life.
You need help? Yeah, hold it. Grab my cuffs. Hey, just don't let him break my neck. Grab my cuffs. Don't let him break my neck. Give me my cuffs. Thank you, sir. Here. Just don't break my neck, please. Please, here, I'm putting him out. Put him out. Yes. What? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm putting him out. He's going for his gun. Putting him out. No. Putting him out there. I didn't go for your gun. No, I did not. I did not go for no gun. I did not go for no gun. He tried to choke me out. He tried to kill me. He just tried to kill me. You seen him try to choke me out, man. You see I ain't do nothing there. Yeah. Don't let him kill me. Please don't let him kill me. Please don't let him kill me. Please. Please don't let him kill me. Please don't let him kill me! No! Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Don't kill me. Whatever you do, just don't kill me.
Just roll. Shut up.
Please don't kill me.
After backup arrives, the situation is under control. The handcuffed suspect apparently thanks Williams. Currently, no other information is available on the details of the arrest. According to the website, photography is not a crime. The incident was apparently recorded on the same day University of Cincinnati officer Ray Tensing was charged with killing Sam Dubose at a traffic stop earlier last month.
The worst case of head lice caught on camera. It's a parent's worst nightmare, and the reason I refuse to have children. Head lice. This video has grossed out more than 4 million people since it was uploaded to YouTube. It shows one of the worst cases of head lice in modern history, in disturbing high definition.
Head lice are tiny little bugs that love your head.
Anyone can get head lice, and it's an allergic reaction that causes one's scalp to itch. Keep in mind that itchiness sometimes doesn't develop for up to 3 months. Head lice live for around 30 days, feeding on the blood of their host. Females lay about 6 eggs a day. They cement the egg called a nit to the hair shaft, usually within an inch of the scalp. Each nit contains a single louse embryo, and each female louse can lay upwards of 150 nits in her lifetime. Head lice have been a problem for humans since, well, forever. But this particular case of head lice seems to be ahead of the others on the grossometer scale. I mean, look at those creepy, crawling, contagious, blood-sucking parasites. Did you itch your head while watching this? Share this video if you did.
You've got head lice, don't you?
Orlando's new waterslide is highest and scariest yet. This is Awww's Breakaway Falls, Orlando's newest and scariest waterslide, located inside SeaWorld's Aquatica water park. Awww's Breakaway Falls is the highest waterslide in the city and requires riders to climb 126 steps to the 80-foot-high platform. The ride encompasses 4 different slides, 3 of which start riders off with a near vertical 40-foot drop. But the scariest part of all is the breakaway boxes, which drop the rider through a trap door. And you have no choice when that drop happens, unless you're a wuss, in which case you can choose. At top speed, riders fall at a rate of 24 feet per second, firing them through their 360-degree turns, and out the drain pipe at the bottom, with their lunch following behind moments later. The orange slide offers the most distance for your money at 420 feet. But if you want to ride the highest water slide in the world, don't go to Orlando. You want the 17-story-high Virucht slide in Kansas City's Schlitterbahn Water Park. Whoa.
Like a scene from The Wire or America's Dumbest Criminals, mayhem rushed through Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center when all the prison doors shot open on Tuesday. Notorious gangster Kenneth Williams of Miami's New Money cartel was incarcerated at the maximum security facility. Two members of a rival gang appear to have been waiting for the unexpected security fail. CCTV footage clearly captures two of the rival gang members sneaking out of their cells with old-fashioned prison shivs at their side. The two rival gang members are seen cornering Williams. Williams tries to make a run for it. Cornered, Williams takes the only escape route apparent to him, a one-story jump to the ground below. Williams clumsily takes the jump. Clearly not having paid much attention to action movies, he lands incredibly awkwardly after only a 4 to 5 meter drop. CCTV footage shows Williams writhing in pain and clinging to the leg of a would-be rescuer, or contestant for America's Next Fat Inmate. Williams broke his ankle, shattered a vertebrae in his lower back, and severely damaged his dignity, having cried like a little bitch after the fall. Prison guards said they had absolutely nothing to do with the security glitch, but Williams' lawyer isn't buying it. Moral of the story? Wear a shirt.
Alternative medicine leaves man with inch-wide hole in his head. There are all kinds of different types of alternative medicine, but with black salve ointment, well, you've apparently got to be a bit more careful, or it might just drill a hole into your head. A 55-year-old Australian man entered a Brisbane hospital after applying black salve to treat skin cancer. The ointment is made from black root, which contains sanguinarine and is typically mixed with zinc chloride, combining to create a sweet-smelling but corrosive ointment. Applied topically, it's often used to treat conditions as diverse as moles, scars, and even skin cancer. The ointment can destroy skin tissue, leaving conspicuous black scars, which later fall off. The man had reportedly been applying the salve for 4 months. By the time he finally looked for good old-fashioned regular medical care, he had been using a strong narcotic analgesic to dull the pain. Yup, it's probably a good idea to seek professional help before that dark spot on your head turns into a hole the size of a wallaby's nut. Black salve ointment has been a popular method to treat skin lesions since early last century, but has been listed as a 100% bogus treatment method for cancer by the US FDA and has been condemned by Aussie authorities since 2012. Doctors at Princess Alexandra Emergency Department initially thought the poor man would need an operation, but instead sent him home for self-treatment with a wound management strategy. Don't worry though, folks, everything turned out just fine. The wound reportedly fully healed in just 3 months.
60-year-old Joey Ricky Hundley was arrested over hitting another passenger's child during a Delta Airlines flight from Minneapolis to Atlanta. Jessica Bennett said Hundley was acting drunk after consuming double vodkas. When the flight began descending for landing, the pressure change caused Bennett's son, Jonah, to cry. Hundley allegedly told Bennett to shut her baby up and called Jonah a racial epithet. When Bennett reacted in shock, Hundley stumbled over her and repeated what he said in her ear. Then he allegedly reached over and hit Jonah in the face, drawing blood and causing the child to cry even harder. A container ship traveling to Saudi Arabia from Singapore sank off the coast of Yemen after suffering extensive damage on Monday. The container vessel was carrying 4,500 containers to Jeddah from Singapore. Making its way along the Indian Ocean amid bad weather, the MOL Comfort suffered a crack and started taking on water, causing the vessel's hull to split in half about 370 kilometers off the coast of Yemen. The crew escaped the sinking ship on life rafts and a lifeboat. The heavily damaged ship sank shortly afterward, causing an as-of-yet undetermined amount of oil to be spilled into the ocean. All of the vessel's crew, mostly Russian and Filipino nationals, were rescued by Indian Coast Guards.
Pet owner to press charges after her dog dies at a grooming store. Colby was a good boy. Yes, he was. But this poor doggy suffered an awful fate on Friday. Colby was essentially baked alive. Virginia resident Allison Marks dropped off her 2-year-old golden retriever at a Petco grooming center in Chesterfield County on Friday. Colby was only supposed to get a quick wash, but as the hours wore on, Allison started wondering why she hadn't gotten a call. Unfortunately, when the call did come, it was bad news. The Petco store manager informed Allison that her beloved dog had been left in a drying cage for too long and had overheated and died. The drying cages are supposed to switch off automatically after 15 minutes, but somehow something went terribly wrong. A vet said Colby died of heat stroke. The store manager said Colby's groomer left early as she had to attend a graduation party, but it's unknown if human error or mechanical failure contributed to Colby's death. Allison said the shop staff were kind and sympathetic, however she plans to pursue charges against the store in order to get justice for her beloved pet. What do you think? Unfortunate accident or criminal negligence?
Boy's hand torn off by tiger in Brazilian zoo. An 11-year-old boy climbed into a restricted area and attempted to feed and pet a tiger at the Cascavel Zoo. Guess what happened next? The boy's father allowed him to climb past warning signs over a security barrier. What was this guy thinking as he watched his son get hands-on with the carnivorous creature? Witnesses say the boy was giving the tiger pieces of food and meat and stroking it prior to being maimed. Something tells me tigers don't follow the "don't bite the hand that feeds you" creed. How about don't stick your hand anywhere near a 450-pound tiger named Who? "I'm gonna die! I can't feel my arm!" the boy yelled as his father and 3-year-old brother watched in horror. The boy was lifted back over the barrier by his moron of a father with some assistance from a teacher who was also visiting the zoo. Paramedics treated the boy at the scene before taking him to a local hospital where attempts to repair the injured limb were unsuccessful. The boy's father was charged with negligence and released on bail.
A Kansas City water park company is in the midst of building what is being called the world's tallest and fastest waterslide. The Verrückt Mega Blaster is expected to shatter the current record for height held by the 164-foot high Kilimanjaro in Barra de Parai, Brazil. Verrückt means insane in German, and the slide, which is scheduled to debut in May next year, is definitely not for the faint of heart. Adventurous souls must climb the agonizing 264 steps to reach the slide's staggering 17-story-tall top. 4-person rafts next send them hurtling back down to earth at a minimum speed of 65 miles per hour. The ride includes a 5-story hump that shoots riders upwards as a climatic finish to what will no doubt become known as a bowel-loosening attraction.